Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I got my nice big old tall glass of pink lemonade, so I'm ready to go. We're going to do some strumming today, and we're just going to work on some strumming patterns, and I think they're important for beginners especially to get comfortable with strumming, and it's not necessarily something where I'll be playing a song and I'll say, this strumming pattern is number 6. It's not really quite like that, but you practice these strumming patterns to kind of get them familiar to you and ingrained in your muscle memory so that when you're playing the songs, you'll just sort of naturally do one that sounds, good. So let's get into some of these. They're great to practice along with. We're going to do some where we mute with our left hand, so you can just hear the pick going across the strings. Now, when you strum, we want to be strumming away, or I'll call it a lot of times, because I'm coming from the banjo world, down or up. Okay, away or back towards us. I'll say down, up. Okay. When you're strumming, you don't want the pick to be straight up and down. That is rough on your strings, and it just doesn't sound that good. Okay, we want it to be smoother. So when you're picking away or down, you tilt the top of the pick out, away from your body a little bit. Okay, and when you come back, you tilt it back towards the top of the pick, so where the bottom of the pick goes like that. Alright, so we kind of have this movement like this here when we're going across our strings. Now, just start doing this and getting comfortable with this. We don't want any kind of when we're strumming, we want to hit all the strings together, really close together in time, in other words. So we don't want to do like this. Or, that's not strumming. We want to sort of, it's not forceful, but it's a little more forceful than that. Go across our strings. So get comfortable just going back and forth and turning your hand a little bit each time. And we want to get some wrist movement and some arm movement at the same time. Let me turn sideways here just for a moment so you can see. Let me just turn sideways here so you can see. I'm getting some wrist movement and some arm movement going on. I'm not doing only wrist or only arm. I'm doing them both. It's just a combination of the two. Okay, so now let's get into a pattern here. We'll start with a real easy one, and that's sounds like this. Now that's down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Okay? And if we're going to count it out, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, so let's just do that several times through. Now, as you're getting more familiar with these, you're going to want to speed them up. And they sound really neat when you start speeding them up. So here this is, sped up a little bit. Okay, let's speed it up even more. changed it there a little bit just for fun. But anyway, that's a good first one to start out on. Okay, now now let's go on to number 2. Okay, the second one will go like this. So that's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. The count on this would be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay? A little bit faster, it will sound like this. Okay. All right, so the next one will be like this. So that will be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I'll play it a little slower for you because I went too fast there. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And it starts over. Okay, so the count goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now, let me speed this up for you a little bit. Okay, I want to remind you too, before we get too far along in this, that I've got tabs for all these strumming patterns available for you on Patreon if you're interested in that information down below. Now I want to show you something that's not necessarily a strumming pattern, but it's a way to strum that mimics flat picking. So if we're flat picking, we may be going between the melody strings and the middle string with our noting, so it would sound, you know, something like that. Okay, this is a strumming technique that sounds similar to that. So listen to this. It does sound a little bit different, but it sort of mimics it. And that is when you just go out, and when on the way back, you hit that bass string. Okay, so I showed you a few strumming patterns that I like to use. These are good to practice to get you comfortable with strumming. And once you have done this a little bit, remember to keep your wrist and arm loose while you're doing it. Nothing should be tense when you're picking. When you're strumming, nothing should be tense. Even your pick. My pick, I have an issue of it actually spinning around because I'm just too relaxed playing it. So oftentimes I'll get picks that have a little bit of a grip here that sort of helps me to hold on to it. Okay, so I hope that you're able to get something out of that, and I hope you enjoyed it. And before I go, I just always want you to remember, Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.